This music is not good. Also very loud. Hold on, is that all there is for music? Hello. Alright, that's enough stalling. That's enough stalling. Hopefully the music later in the game gets better than this, but Hugo 3 does not start off with good music. Got my window bigger. Alright. Hugo and Penelope are returning home from their vacation at the cottage of Great Uncle Horace. Yeah. Starts off right after the last game. Suddenly, a freak magnetic storm causes the compass in their aircraft to spin wildly. Unable to navigate, Hugo loses all sense of direction. Hugo is flying the plane. Apparently, he is a pilot. Finally, hopelessly lost over a South American jungle, the plane is about to run out of gas. Hugo spots a clearing just about big enough to land it. With fingers clenching the controls, he shouts, "Hold on, Penelope, we're going down." "Well, we made it," says Penelope with relief as she and Hugo survey the crash site. "Think we'll go off and explore a little," she continues. "Well, don't go too far," warns Hugo. "I'll inspect the airplane while you're gone." "Okay, honey," calls Penelope as she heads into the jungle. "And for goodness sake, change your clothes. They clash terribly with the scenery." That's rude. Can I type? Can't type yet. Nothing much exciting happening here. Lots of trees and things. Some pretty flowers, cute spider's web. "Don't walk into the spider web, Penelope." Wonder how Hugo's doing fixing the plane. Aw, come on. Chomp. "Help, help." Hugo hears the faint cries for help and rushes to the rescue. So she left, immediately got bitten, and all Hugo did was change his clothes. A young native girl who happens to be passing by rushes to the scene. "I saw the whole thing. Your friend has been bitten by a dreaded tree spider. I'm afraid there is only one antidote, and it must be administered within 48 hours. "Well, why are we still standing in front of the spider? Do you have the antidote?" "No, the only thing that can save your friend is water from a place we call the Pool of Life. It lies in a secret garden beyond the waterfall along yonder path. I will tend to your friend while you fetch the special water. Now go, hurry." The native girl points to the path behind her. "Well, it looks like it's up to you, old buddy. Better get going to find the antidote." Can I walk? I can walk. Okay, so no, not load. I'm going to save. That music's not too hot. You can see a path heading to the left. Path to the left, heading off into the jungle. To the right lies a clearing where you crash landed. There is no signs of the spider. So this has only got 128 points. Yeah, this is somehow the worst music of the trilogy so far. 128 points, so even less points than the first game. New outfit on Hugo. Handsome Hugo. Poor Penelope doesn't look very well. The one song in the first game was better than this song. You see nothing out of the ordinary about her. Web is one of the largest you've ever seen, but then so is the spider. We're going to save you some time here. There are about 3 zillion assorted vines, plants, flowers, trees, fronds, and other vegetation scattered liberally around this jungle. If you insist on looking at all of them, we'll be here forever. Well, maybe I want to look at all of them. How come she wants us as Hugo to go search for the antidote that she knows where it is, and we literally just crashed our plane? You're in a clearing surrounded by impenetrable jungle. The only exit is via a small path to the left. Doesn't look too badly damaged. Can I go into the plane? I can. Oh, there's stuff here. Modeling clay, needles, sandwich, flask. Contents of the plane became a bit jumbled during the forced landing. However, you can make out the cockpit seats and instruments, which still appear to be okay. You also see some clay, some pins, a water flask, bouillon cubes, a sandwich. Take everything. What was the last thing? Clay? Clay. That appears to be all there is. Let's take a look here. Is the kind used to mold shapes with. Needles are very sharp. The flask is empty. The bouillon cubes. It is a box of bouillon cubes normally used as seasoning in cooking, but often carried for emergency rations in aircraft. And a sandwich. You are looking at what appears to be the half-eaten remains of a cheese sandwich. It's got a bite out of it. Well, that's a lot of items to start the game with. Also already 25 points. Well, I guess we're gonna save Penelope from standing in front of a giant spider web. You're on a jungle path with which gently slopes to the left. I don't see anything here. Watch out, this bridge doesn't look like it would support your weight. The ropes are starting to fray at the ends. So this is probably going to kill me. There's vines that look interactable. Looking down into the chasm, you can see a fast-running stream far below. There appears to be a path crossing the stream, but there's no way to get down there, to get down the sides of the chasm from here. The bridge looks dubious. There's no point to look at the bridge, apparently. Vines are sturdy. I'm 99% sure this is going to kill me. Oh, it doesn't actually even let me walk across the bridge. You can't swing across because the vines don't go all the way across the chasm. Perhaps you could use them in another way. What? Was that what was that sound? You tied the vine onto the rope to strengthen it. The bridge looks like it would support you now. Okay, that is a weird... One of these times we're going to swing on the vines for sure. Same thing we had before. Crump. As you leave the chasm, you hear the sound of the bridge collapsing behind you. Oh dear, it looks like you have to find another way back to Penelope. Can't swing back. You're at the top of the cliff. There are two paths heading down and a path heading up towards the bridge. You also see an old scroll. I guess let's just take that scroll and read it. Maybe look at it first. The scroll appears to have some writing on it. Scroll says, "Lost. Near the mighty boulder, my precious crystal ball. I guess I couldn't hold her. so I must have let her fall. If anyone should find it, please return it to my keep. Be careful if you use it, for its powers runneth deep. Signed, the old man. Not the old man again. Old man's gonna ask us more stupid questions, or get beat up. You're at the base of the cliff. You also see a golden bell. I'll take that bell. The bell is small and golden. It makes a pleasant tinkling ring, which you find rather comforting for some reason. Take bell. Picked up the bell. Is this gonna kill me? This might cause rocks to fall down the mountain. Ding dong, nothing happens. No, we're okay. Waterfall. You can see a fast-running stream led by a waterfall to the right. The water is too fierce to cross anywhere. On the other side of the waterfall, you can see a little path heading into the undergrowth. So we... Yeah, that river is really running fast. We presumably can't cross it. But there is a path on the other side. We can continue further right, or we can figure out... Oh, look, river. Look, river. The waterfall is fed by the stream near the elephant. Wait, what? There's an elephant? If you could find a way to stop the flow of water, you would be able to cross. What elephant? There's no elephant. The waterfall is fed by the stream near the elephant. If you could find a way to stop it. Yeah. Dam the river, you don't want to try to ford the river? I'm gonna see where this other path leads. Because that path definitely goes beyond the waterfall. Is the music too loud, by the way? It's still kind of loud for me. You're on the path which leads to a river crossing on the right and a cliff top to the left. Okay, I still hear the game audio quite loud. You have reached the banks of a fast-running stream. This is probably the same river, just downriver. If there used to be a bridge here, it has long since disappeared. Looking into the water, you notice many small red fish, which you recognize instantly as flesh-eating piranhas. Look at the vines. Alright, so... Oh, just accidentally tried to walk into the water. Is this... stones? So maybe we can jump on the stones across, maybe we can swing on the vines. Some very narrow stepping stones cross the stream. Jump on stones. No jumping allowed. What? So I can't jump. Grab the vine and start swinging. The Tarzan's yell was probably public domain at this point, right? Probably public domain. There's the elephant. You are on a jungle path. There's an elephant here who appears to be resting. It appears quite content and takes no notice of you. Author's note. Yes, I know there are no elephants in the Amazon. This one escaped from a zoo. Okay, well. Look at the elephant in the room. It's big, gray, and it looks extremely heavy. Well, am I on the opposite side of that river already? Because the other screen said that the waterfall was near the elephant. Elephant is not talking to me. Pat pat, elephant. Climbing is not your strong point and you fail miserably. I was fine on the vines a minute ago. Okay, I need to turn down the volume a little. I can raise this. For me, it was too loud. Try that. You're on the outskirts of a native village. Maybe this is where that girl came from. I can probably go in there or further right. Boulder. Yeah, I'm afraid that might be for some reason a cannibal village, even though the other girl was fine and, you know, spoke English. You have reached a path which turns back on itself. The rock itself looks like any other mighty boulder you might find around these parts. This might actually lead back to the waterfall. It's not the waterfall. You are at the mouth of a cave. The cave is very gloomy inside. However, you can make out some steep stone steps heading upward. An evil spirit appears to be guarding the entrance. The ghost does not appear to be very friendly and will not let you pass. You cannot enter the cave while the evil spirit is guarding it. Well, at least he didn't kill me. I'm honestly kind of... Oh, okay, we're back at the waterfall. I'm honestly kind of surprised I haven't been killed already in this game. Ghost does not want to talk. Do we have anything that might deter ghosts? Bell does nothing. I don't think the scroll will help us. Sandwich, unless the ghost is hungry. Nope. Oh, maybe we can fill up our water flask. Actually, no, we probably want to use the water flask on the super water. Filled with water anyway. Maybe that'll come in handy. You know, sometimes I ask myself whether anyone would really bother to try that. Well, I guess you would. Oh well, you climb up on the rock, prance around for a while, and then climb down. Are you satisfied now? I was expecting to be able to go on the other side of the path with that, since I apparently have no problem climbing the boulder. Alright, well, let's go to the village. You're in the natives' village. The witch doctor's hut lies to the right. You can see a wild beast being roasted over a fire, and at the rear of the village, some natives with a blowpipe. I'm not reading that. I see you don't speak our tongue. I should have guessed from your strange clothes, I suppose. Anyhow, welcome to our little community here. No, don't be frightened. We're not hunters. We're not headhunters or cannibals, you know? No, although I must warn you most strongly not to venture into the witch doctor's hut. It's a full moon tonight, and he tends to go rather crazy. So the witch doctor maybe is a threat. Well, as you can see here, we're cooking supper, and it's roast hyena, again. We had the same thing yesterday and the day before. I accidentally hit enter. Uh, you know, you're not the first strangers we've had in our village, you know? No, not at all. In fact, all the strangers were extremely friendly. Do you know every one of them offered us a gift of some sort? Okay, what do I have for a gift? I can give them a bell. Of course, we always give them something in return. A fair exchange is no robbery, they say. I don't like that I seem to be able to just walk around and do stuff, and then sometimes a prompt comes up. Witch Doctor is not the kind of guy you'd want to meet in a dark alley. The native looks at you and smiles expectantly. Alright, so they want a gift. I can give them bullion cubes, maybe. Because they were complaining about always eating a hyena. Would you like some bullion cubes? Native thanks you politely for your gift, but looks a little nonplussed. However, after you demonstrate its use on the meat, the natives are very grateful. The natives hand you a blowpipe and some sleeping potion darts, and warns, careful with these, there's enough potion to put an elephant to sleep. Okay, well, we can now put the elephant to sleep. I'm not gonna try to put the boulder to sleep. Is this a snake? No, the guys in the back had the blowpipe. These guys. This is something with the witch doctor. You're outside the witch doctor's hut. Wouldn't look too closely at the spider. One snake looks much like any other. It is the kind of long and thin and has two ends. Okay, well, let's go in. Hee hee, gotcha. Is he throwing me in a cage? I am in the cage. From this hour, you are in my power. You're in the witch doctor's hut. You can see him over by his cooking pot. It looks pretty grim for you. You can also see a little cage. And a golden candle. Hey, you stay put, yells the witch doctor. Ouch, the witch doctor just prodded you with a stick to make you think twice about opening the cage door again. Okay, so it's not actually locked, but he will come smack me. Mouse. Look rat. Nothing special about the mouse hole. What else was there? There's a little cage, a golden candle. Try walking there. Okay, so he'll still get me, even if it looks like he's looking away. No. Blowpipe. On which doctor? Swoosh. Oops, you missed him. You need a bigger target. Hopefully, I don't seem to be out of stuff. The rat just went in the cage. I can probably lure this rat with my sandwich somehow. Carefully put the cheese sandwich inside the cage. What does that do for me? Ding dong, nothing happens. So the sandwich is in the cage. Needle on the cage? Won't stick anything by sticking pins in there. So maybe the rat will get caught in the cage now? You can see a large cooking pot being heated by a fire. Whatever it is cooking, it smells revolting. It's a jungle out there. You bend down and peer intently into the mouse hole. Ironically, you can see the jungle outside. Okay, but I want the mouse. Get the hell in that cage, you mouse. Actually, yeah, the mouse does seem to run away from me. The mouse runs excitedly over to the little cage and starts eating the remains of the cheese sandwich. The cage slams shut, trapping the mouse inside. Okay, now what? I don't think you could while you're in the cage. Is there anything I can do? No point in eating the mouse. Use needles on mouse? Don't know if I can even reach over there really. Yeah. I would get a model of the mouse. Pour water on the mouse. No, I don't think I can set a trap. What does the mouse being in the cage do for me? Hmm. Yeah, it got me points, but it's not really getting me out. Maybe I needed to go blow dart the elephant first. Near the mighty boulder, my precious crystal ball, I guess I couldn't hold her, so I must have let her fall. Anyone should find it, please return it to my keep. Be careful if you use it, for its powers runneth deep. So that's just saying there's a crystal ball somewhere near the boulder. Yeah, I don't immediately see any solution to my current problem with what I have. So I'm gonna go back to before I entered the witch doctor and go blow dart the elephant. No, inventory's not gonna open? Hold on. I've had a couple glitches on the other games, so I'm just gonna try not to deal with that. You shoot the elephant with the sleeping dart. After a while, the sleeping potion has its effect. The elephant falls fast asleep. Well, it's still standing. Not really sure how this is helping. If I not sure what having a mouse would do, but probably something, knowing this game's kind of logic, where it's like an elephant. What interacts with an elephant? A mouse. Also, the crystal ball is somewhere near the boulder, apparently. Try using everything on the ghost to see what happens. If I have to walk behind the boulder, that'll be really dumb. You want a sandwich, ghost? Ghost doesn't want my sandwich. I can't walk behind. Wait. Okay, no, I can't walk behind the boulder. Yeah, I tried looking at a crystal ball already. Waterfall is fed by the stream near the elephant. If you could find a way to stop the flow of water. Maybe I could scare the elephant into the water with the mouse. Don't really see much else to do here. I can't get back to Penelope. The bridge broke when I walked across it. The vines, when I tried that before, it said they weren't long enough. Yeah, they don't go all the way across. I don't think I can take the vines because anything I can take looks like no purpose. Anything I can take seems to come up on a separate dialogue box when I look at the room. What am I stuck on? Is it gonna do it again? Yeah, it did it again. I can walk behind the elephant, but don't think there's anything I can do back here. Actually, am I supposed... Okay. I was stuck for a second there. Don't achieve anything by sticking the pins there. Surprised ringing the bell doesn't wake the elephant. Can you drop the clay and maybe the elephant steps on it when awake? I don't think dropping items really does any good. did intuit the catnip thing. I guess. But that at least had some interaction with the object already. Whatever's cooking doesn't look very appetizing. Perhaps a little seasoning would help. I already gave them the seasoning here. What did they give me? They gave me a blowdart. Yeah, that's right. Oh, the clay probably needs something to mold too. Like, I don't have any shape to mold the clay into. It doesn't look like I can go behind his house. The only place that I can go that I haven't interacted with everything I feel like is in here. Well, I mean, I feel like I've interacted with most of the stuff in here, but not everything. Or like, I don't know. We can catch the mouse. I feel like we should need like one more item would be able to do something with the mouse. Mouse runs over excitedly to the cage. Yeah, we caught the mouse again. Got a whole bunch of points for it. But that doesn't really get us anywhere because we can't figure out what to do with the mouse. Lift cage. Throw. What else did I have? Hey mouse, eat this scroll. No, spider doesn't really seem to do anything. One snake looks like any other. It is kind of long and thin and has two ends. I think it would be an incredibly stupid act. Look, mouse, there's nothing special about it. Why have the cage show up as something interactable if it just says nothing special? I don't think I can really act. I can't act when he is currently running over. And I have a very short time frame to act when he's walking away. This is not in turbo. This is turbo. Shooting your blowpipe out, that won't help. Skull, maybe. These are some of the things used by the witch doctor for his nefarious deeds. There's not any use apparent. Oops, missed him. Aim is terrible. You need a bigger target. It doesn't matter how close he is, I always miss. What else is there going on in here? I don't think I can really throw any of this. I think it's mistaking the word flask for ask. I already gave away my sandwich. What else do I have? No purpose. Door. Nobody out here to help me. Why is there nothing to do in here? Sleeping the elephant didn't do any good. I'm gonna load back outside. Maybe there's some way to somehow lure the witch doctor outside afterwards. Then that would at least get me out of the cage and able to grab some stuff from him. Wait, what? I already looked at this. I right-clicked on it, which usually acts as use, but seems to kind of be a miscellaneous thing. My, we are thorough, aren't we? Well, just for you. There's a crystal ball lying behind the rock, glinting in the sun. You fetch it out. Okay, well... Well, I did things like take crystal ball, and it says there was no crystal ball. Crystal ball appears cloudy. Crystal ball glows with an inner light. As you peer into the sentence, you can see a picture forming. The picture is hazy, but you appear to be busy making something with your hands. The image is too indistinct to see what you're making. What is this, a hint crystal ball? Maybe the witch doctor will take my crystal ball as payment? Or something? So I make something with my hands. You can't cross. The water is flowing too swiftly and you'd be swept away to your doom. So this is an exit up here that apparently tries to cross the river. But unless I'm completely misunderstanding the layout that this is trying to make, it seems like the other side of this river is just where we were walking. The river waterfall is where the pool is. Yeah, it sounds like we should somehow use the elephant to stop the river, but I'm not sure as of yet how to do that. Why do I keep walking this way? Why do I keep walking that way? Yeah, see, when I right click on the elephant, it says use an elephant, you're funny. Alright, witch doctor, now I've got a crystal ball. Fight me now. Can you look behind that? Yeah, I can try that. You can see a notice pinned to the side of the hut. A native kindly translates. The witch doctor cures all known jungle ills. Spider bites a specialty. Reasonable rates. Also, master of voodoo, don't delay visit today. What is this? Was this a... How did I get this message? How is this something I didn't see before? What did I type? Look behind hut. So, look hut. You're looking at what appears to be a hut made of wood from the jungle. The hut has proved incredibly useful to natives over the years as a means of shelter. It is good to find some kind of interest in these. Behind hut works. I can't believe we managed to find look at hut. Or look behind hut. Look does not say anything about that. So the witch doctor cures everything, especially spider bites. So if somehow we can get the witch doctor to Penelope, we can cure her spider bite, or if we take Penelope to the witch doctor, maybe. He's also a master of voodoo. Can I get this spider to bite me? Maybe I need one of his bottles on the wall here. From this hour, you're in my power. Spell glows. Picture is hazy, but you appear to be busy making something with your hands. The image is too indistinct. So if I'm supposed to make something with my hands, I can't think of anything useful I can make with my hands. Yeah, I have clay I can mold, but I don't have any indication anyway of something I could mold it into. Make who step on the clay? The witch doctor? Or the rat? Hee, just you keep quiet in your cage, my friend. There'll be time enough for squawking when you're roasting in my pot. I got a pint for eating the sandwich. Pretty sure that's not what I want to do. Wait, no, I lost points for eating the sandwich, I think. I don't think I missed any items at the very start. That would help. The responses that are coming up from trying to do anything with the clay, I feel like I need to... I'm going to need to use it on another object. Because all of them, like, saying to mold the clay says, well, it says don't understand, so maybe... No, it didn't work. Well, when he is running over, I can't do anything. It's when he's leaving I can act. No, I have a frame or two I can do something. Combine needle with clay. Yeah, trapping the mouse I think is just something that I like want to get done. Why would you want to stick pins into a ball of modern clay? It's not like it was an effigy or anything. Wait, this guy said he's into voodoo. Does that help in any way? Stab the witch doctor? Or stab the clay? Because stabbing the clay doesn't seem to work. Modeling clay is what it calls it. If we can somehow get the clay into the shape of him and then stab it with the needle, maybe he'll be too preoccupied to be able to come get us. How can I make an effigy? The sign behind the house said he cures everything, especially spider bites. That was the first two lines. The third line was he also does voodoo, and then the fourth line I believe was come quick. Okay, apparently I just had to type make effigy. I thought I tried that. Whatever. As if guided by some unseen force, your hands quickly mold the clay into an effigy of the witch doctor. Get out of here, menu. You stick pins into the effigy. You feel as if something dark and sinister has just happened. You're in the witch doctor's hut. You can see him writhing on the floor where you managed to incapacitate him. Okay, I've now got a huge cage with a mouse in it. Looking on the shelf by the window, you can see an odd assortment of bottles. In further investigation, the bottles all seem to be empty. Guess this doctor is just a quack. Candlestick is golden and very heavy. The flickering of the candle feels comfortable even in the daylight. Comforting, even in the daylight. Oh, Hugo, ugh. Yeah, the candle is probably for the cave, because that's going to be dark. Really hit the spot. Wait, what's that? It already has some water inside it. Filling from this seemed to just make regular water. I think. Is there anything else could be called, like any other text that could be used to try to fill the flask from this pot? I can't think of anything else to say to the pot to try to refill it with the flask. One second, my glasses are super dirty. Easy. Full flask. So I can go blow dart the elephant. Or maybe try to scare the elephant first and then blow dart it. Well, I'm wondering if I blow dart it first, it won't be awake and I can't scare it with the mouse. Now wait a sec for the elephant to fall asleep. Or let's try to use cage on it. Sure you want to open the cage and let the mouse escape? Yes. Mouse has scared the elephant. You watch him in amazement as the elephant lumbers off in the direction of the stream. The effects of the sleeping dart is starting to have an effect on the elephant. It slows down and eventually stops right in the middle of the stream, damming the water completely. Get over here, mouse. I will catch you. You'll never catch the mouse again. Okay, he ran over here and is apparently sleeping, sitting up. Can now walk in here. Wait, is this up? This is up the waterfall, I think. This doesn't exactly make it clear that it's up the waterfall. It is clearly, like, higher, I guess. I've swung on those vines a couple times, though. Okay, well, let's go across this. New zone. You're at the waterfall base. The water appears to have stopped running. Although the banks of the stream are too muddy to be negotiated, it looks like you might be able to get across some stones at the base. Not what I said. Let's just path right across that. You have arrived at the secret garden. The pool of rejuvenating water is here. Among some very beautiful wild orchids which have grown huge thanks to the magic powers of the water. They're rather pretty, but Penelope can't wait forever. Fill flask. Drink flask. Fill flask. Fill the flask with magic water. Contains magic water. Water is delicious. Maybe I shouldn't be drinking it. I can't seem to get by any further. So now I have the water I need for Penelope. I have a cage that I've already used. Blow dart I've used. Crystal ball and scroll I've used. Needle and clay used. So candle and bell are the only two things not used. Can you go around Rover behind it on the left? Do you mean behind a river? Or behind this thing? I can't go anywhere up here. I can't seem to climb the waterfall either. Just in time, you can hear the thunder of water as the stream starts to flow again. The elephant must have awakened and moved off. Yeah, I was honestly kind of expecting when the waterfall stopped for there to be a cave behind it that I walked in. I'll do save. Cannot enter the cave while the evil spirit is guarding it. It is the old man, the owner of the crystal ball. He has a smile on his face as he beckons you to him. Wait, the scroll said something about if you use it, you'll suffer consequences, right? Be careful if you use it, for its powers runneth deep. Image is very clear. The old man, the owner of the crystal ball, he has a smile on his face as he beckons you to him. There are 3 things required to perform an exorcism. You do not have all of them. What? I got this from this message from Scare Ghost. So maybe I can exorcise this ghost, in which case I need 3 things that I don't know what are. You up, witch doctor? Oh. You're in the witch doctor's hut. You can see him writhing on the floor where you managed to incapacitate him. I don't think there's anything else for me to do in here. There might be a hidden path. Well, I think I went most of the ways that said they were an exit. Oh, how to get there? Try... Wait, bulrushes. What? Used to be a bridge. What are these bulrushes? What? Searching behind the plants near the water, you find an old worn book. You fetch it out. Now I have a book. Book is old and very worn. The pages, although yellow with age, still have discernible writing on them. Feel the book has hidden powers. Read various spells from the old book, but nothing interesting happens. Yeah, I probably could have got this earlier. It was behind this plant that I didn't realize was interactable. Because, like, using the generic look, it does not mention them. It mentions pretty much only the stream. And there's a thing that came up saying if you look at every plant, you'll be here forever. Because I got it from right-clicking on the bulrushes. Yeah, I would have had to say search behind bulrushes. Because search bulrushes doesn't work. Search bulrushes says there's nothing useful. No, not search behind bush. Yeah, the key phrase, just like that other key phrase, is behind bulrushes. Alright, well, with this new book, we can probably exorcise the ghost. I have no idea how you would find that without the mouse to scroll over the bulrushes. Like, unless you're supposed to primarily be using the mouse, which is a little strange. You gather the bell and candle together and... Okay, so that's what the bell and candle are for. You gather them together and read the spell from the old page in the book. Whoosh! An icy blast of air sweeps past you and the evil spirit is banished for good. I'm 5 points short now. Oh god. He's gonna talk to me. Ah, we meet again, my friend. Methinks I was a little hard on you the last time we met, so I fancy the tables shall be turned this time. I know. Let us play a guessing game. Oh god. But this time you will ask the questions and I will answer. If I answer correctly, you may pass. Hee hee, what a wonderful idea. Right, hold something in your hand without showing me and I'll have 3 guesses. Ready? Okay, here's my first guess. Is it an elephant? Yeah, it's probably an elephant, right? What? Opened your hand and let me see. Aha, you lied. Did you really believe you could dupe me? With your feeble trickery. Be gone. Do not return until you've learned to tell the truth. Okay, let's try this again. Back so soon, eh? You liked my little game. We'll try it once more. Hold something in your hand without showing me. I'll have 3 guesses. Ready? Here's my first guess. Elephant, no. This is trickier than I thought. No matter, I'll try again. Is it a jewel-encrusted egg? No. Aha, in that case, I fancy I have the answer. Is it a flask of magic water? Yes. Splendid, you win, my boy. Go upward on yonder rocks, and you will emerge to the path to your sweetheart. Hurry now. The old man beckons you. As you pass the old man, he whispers in your ear. Ah, I thought I'd never see my crystal ball again. I'll just take it off your hands. I really am grateful to you, my boy. I don't like this old man. We're 2 points short. Maybe giving Penelope the water will give us 2 points, and we'll have 100%ed this on the first try. If we only get 1 point for giving her water, you administer the remedy. The rejuvenating powers of the magic water revive our sweet Penelope. You trip merrily back to the plane, fill it with gas from the spare tank, and fly off homeward towards the sunset. No, 128. Get out of here, menu. And so we say farewell to Hugo and Penelope for the last time. Let's hope they make it home this time. Goodbye. Well, that was... Was that harder than the other one? How long did that take? That took the shortest time of all 3 games. I'm gonna turn the volume down by quite a bit. Actually, no, that doesn't actually turn the volume down there. Okay, I'm gonna turn down this volume. Well, the music stopped anyway. That was probably the easiest of all of them. Bring back up the game for a sec. Yeah, I just said make effigy. Also, the witch doctor didn't, I guess he put us under a spell? I don't know. I wouldn't exactly call it a spell. He just kind of put us in the cage, and when we tried to leave, he would come over and stab us with his thing. I want to see what happens if I say yes to the old man's second question. Yeah, he just sort of grabbed us, put us in the cage, said we are now under his power, and then when we tried to leave, he'd stab us. What? Open your hands. I want a jewel-encrusted egg. Jewel-encrusted egg is probably a reference to something else. Like another game, maybe. Not one of this guy's games, because other than the Hugo games, there's not a lot. Well, at least we 100% of this game on the first try. I can try. Oh. I need to go get. I'm gonna go get the book, and then see if I can do anything else with the ghost. So, when I tried to exorcise the ghost, it was correct in that I need 3 items. It didn't explain what 3 items I need, or that I had 2 of them already. Like maybe if I drop the candle and then try, like maybe if I had the book but not the candle, I might have been able to do, or it might have given me a hint or something. But this book was stupidly hidden. Where are you, vines? Swing on the vines. The crystal ball seems like it was just hints and points. Yeah, the looking behind this hut is just a hint that the witch doctor also practices voodoo, which suggests that you can make an effigy of him. Which worked, surprisingly. But I never would have just typed make effigy without seeing that, and without trying to poke the needles in the clay, in which case he says, this isn't an effigy. And yeah, just like the bushes, if I right click on the boulder, he tries to look behind it. The official answer is make statue out of clay. The hint says look behind boulder in the official hint book. Use candle on ghost. No, candle cannot be used in such a manner. Bell cannot be used in such a manner. Can I just walk up to him and say, exercise ghost? Yeah, I can just say, exercise ghost. If I drop the candle, oops, I can't open my inventory. Well, when I tried to scare the ghost, I don't know why I tried to scare the ghost, but when I typed scare ghost, I think it said, nope, that I'm going to try that again, but this time without having all the items. When I tried to scare the ghost, it said there are 3 things required to perform an exorcism. Which, like, scare ghost was just kind of a dumb thing. I tried. And yeah, trying to use the book also says, hey, you need 3 things for an exorcism. If I drop the crystal ball... I thought I typed make doll, and it didn't work. Alright, bold man. Turbo. Oh wait, I wanted to read that. Reload. Wanted to see what he has to say when I don't return his crystal ball. So he asks for the questions. No, it's not an elephant, not a jewel-encrusted crystal egg. It is a flask of magic water. Splendid, hurry on. He beckons you. As you pass, he whispers, I was half hoping you may have found something I'd lost. Oh well, no biggie. So the only 2 actually optional items in the game are the scroll. Yeah, the scroll is worth a couple points, and the other thing, the crystal ball, is worth like 10 points. So if you don't have either, you're 14 points short. Well, swinging on the vines is listed as bonus points. Yeah, but swinging on the vines is super obvious compared to the crystal ball. And the scroll is pretty much just free points. All the scroll does is tell you that there is a crystal ball. Other than the couple garbage hidden things, this is hidden behind that thing, and you kind of have to just wander behind it and find it, or look behind it and find it. Other than those, this was a much, much easier game than the first 2. Which is weird, because this is, I think, the only one that I hadn't beat at some point in the past. Yeah, all 3 had at least one really crappy puzzle. Remember getting stuck at the witch doctor? Yeah, the witch doctor puzzle was... I mean, we got it eventually, but it took a while, and it was also pretty not intuitive. Because the only reason I would ever think that a witch doctor would practice voodoo, which is not what Amazon witch doctors typically are known for, is the clue on the side of the hut saying he practices voodoo. No, voodoo is what do you call... I'm not sure where voodoo is. I thought it was what region is that? I didn't think it was associated with the Amazon anyway. Like I know there's like a Haiti. Haiti has some voodoo. I don't know what you'd call it, but like characters in things that are from Haiti are occasionally witch doctors that practice voodoo. Same with Louisiana for some reason. But as far as I know, voodoo isn't an Amazon thing. An elephant isn't an Amazon thing, and the game clearly said that. So I don't know why this game was set in the Amazon. Nothing about this... Absolutely nothing about this game had to do with being in the Amazon, other than the piranhas in the river. Yeah, and the zoo elephant we tranquilized and then scared. How did you win? Didn't you crash? Oh, well, all that happened at the start of the game was we crashed because of a problem with our compass. And then when Hugo was like trying to repair it, Penelope walked away and got bit by a spider. Yeah, magnetic storm causes the compass to spin wildly. And then we just ran out of gas. We ran out of gas, so we crashed down. Or not, it's not even really a crash landing. The plane isn't crashed. It's covered in vines for some reason. And then while Hugo's fixing it, Penelope wanders off and gets bit. In fact, we probably would have had time to leave if she didn't say to change our clothes. Also, she very explicitly noticed the spider web she was standing in front of before she got bit. Cute spider web. I wonder how Hugo's doing. Gets bit by spider. And then instead of refilling the gas on the plane, Hugo was getting changed. Well, that is kind of a disappointing end to the Hugo series. The second one is probably the best one, gameplay-wise. I don't... if the fourth game were added to GOG. Yeah, the fourth game that's Wolfenstein clone, or Doom clone, or... Doom clone, I guess, is the fourth game's a Doom clone for some reason. Maybe we can beat that one if it ever is available anywhere. But the second one's probably the best one, even though it has some crappy things like the bridge was annoying. The Venus flytraps were kind of annoying. But I feel like the puzzles in that one were mostly better. It was a lot bigger, so there felt like there was a lot more stuff to do. And you would go around, find items, combine items in different ways of like, oh, you have matches, then you get dynamite to blow stuff up. Some of the puzzles in the second one were really bad. The moldy banana. Yeah, this one you just find the majority of your items right at the start. So you can immediately, I believe, actually, I think you can immediately just leave without any of those 4 items. Turn on turbo. If you don't immediately turn back to the plane, I think you can just continue and soft lock yourself extremely fast. Yeah, you can soft lock yourself on the first couple screens if you don't go back to the plane. The first one was alright. It feels a bit small and a bit disjointed. Because, like, you see all these monsters in the dining room, and none of them do anything at all. You can't even talk to them. The most you can do is look at them. And it has, like, a one-line description of Dracula. Surprisingly, actually, this one didn't actually... Did I die at all? I mean, I got soft locked a couple times, but I don't know if I died to anything. Like, I can just walk into the ghost and be fine. Yeah, you can't die in this one. In the first one, the dog could kill you, the butler could kill you, the mummy could kill you, the bats could kill you, the old man could cause you to drift forever in the lake. The guard couldn't kill you at the end, which was a bit odd. In the second one, the snake could kill you. You could fall down the pit to death. Expected the witch doctor section to be timed. Was there any time-based things in this series? Like the mummy in the first one was like a movement puzzle. Dynamite in the second. Yeah, the dynamite you had to like set off and then run away. What happens if you get the mouse? What happens if you just release the mouse first? What happens if the elephant just falls asleep? I think the elephant falling asleep doesn't soft lock because I think you can leave and come back. Nope. Never mind. Mouse runs around for a little while but fails to make an impression on the snoozing elephant. Okay, so releasing the mouse early is another soft lock. Or releasing the mouse late. Elephant runs off in the direction of the stream. The elephant wades right through the stream. You notice with some amusement how the stream became totally dammed while the elephant passed through it. The stream starts to flow normally again as the elephant disappears into the distance, never to be seen again. So that's just 2 different soft locks if you don't time that. But it still lets you walk around as if you can still win the game. Yeah, I would have expected this one is the one to most likely die, but like it didn't even let me walk across the bridge and die at the start, which is definitely something that the first game anyway would have done. The first game you would have been able to just walk across and then the bridge falls and you die. Even the second one, you could just walk into a chasm and kill yourself. Yeah, didn't let me walk into the piranha infested waters, or I was sure I was going to be able to jump across those rocks. They're set up like that. Like they're set up to look like you jump across them. I would have expected to try jumping across them, falling in and dying to piranhas. Oh, actually, hold on here. I can. Okay, you start to cross the stream on the stepping stones. Partway, you realize this was not a good idea. As the piranhas in the stream start nibbling at your feet, you return to the shore. Okay, so that doesn't even kill you. It does what I expected it to do, which is you start crossing and then there's the piranhas, and then it just brings you back. Doesn't kill you. For some reason in this game, he decided not to make anything kill you. Whereas in the first game, tons of stuff kills you. In the second game, you could die to the snake, which was over time. You get bit almost always. And then you had to have the serum from the hedge maze. And if you got bit, you could run to the hedge maze and try to find the serum to cure yourself. And the dynamite killed you. Falling in the chasm killed you. The Dalek killed you in the weird Dr. What area. So that's at least a handful of things that can kill you. And then this one, they're like, no, you're in the Amazon. It's completely safe. Soft locks everywhere. I want to see the... Okay, I don't have the crystal ball here. I want to see if I'm correct and just right-clicking on the boulder is the easiest way to find the thing. Yeah. Well, this is... I have to say this is probably my least favorite in the series, all things considered. It had the most annoying puzzles. Most controls do make it easier, but that doesn't make it any better of a game. Yeah, probably my least favorite in the series. For sure the mouse cheats hard. Yeah, the in this one, the mouse seems almost necessary to find the thing behind the boulder. But specifically the book behind the bulrushes. This would be incredibly annoying to find without the mouse, and near impossible, maybe, compared to the second one where having the mouse made navigating the bridge and the Venus fly traps easier. But it was still possible to do those without it. It wasn't necessary. Because I looked around the screen with commands and with the mouse, and I still missed this the first time around. Yeah, you can't see it back there. There's absolutely no indication that anything is here. This needs or should mention. I don't know. I'm not sure what they could have Not sure what they could have done to mention that this is a thing when they specifically in Look Plants and Look Tree to say, hey, there's a ton of bushes and vegetation. We don't recommend you look at all of it. And then they hide something behind a single bush. Yeah, this one definitely could have been better. There's too many things that I didn't like about this one compared to the other two, where it was still mostly fine throughout. I think you missed it, Pseudo. We just beat this one. It's unfortunately the worst of the Hugo games because of some of these puzzles, like this one. This was by far the shortest of the bunch. No, well, it's like if you just do the look, it just mentions that there are stones here and there are piranhas in the river. It doesn't mention the vines, which you might be kind of inclined to look at anyway. But if you type look plants, it says there are 3 zillion assorted vines, plants, flowers, trees, fronds. If you insist on looking at all of them, we'll be here forever. But there's a single one here, this one, that you can look behind. Actually, if you see this, and you somehow recognize that that's a bulrush, and you type look bulrush, look bulrushes, it says you see nothing unusual about the bulrushes. But if you walk behind it, then look, a book fell out. Because I was in this room a couple times, and I accidentally moused over this at one point to find it. And that was the one item we were missing to beat the game. Oh yeah, another similar one that we were stuck on for a bit. Here. So there's this witch doctor in here who grabs you. He puts you in his cage. When you try to get out, he comes and stabs you. But one thing you can find out, if you walk over here and say, look behind hut, there's a notice pinned to the side of the hut that reads, Witch Doctor, cures all known jungle ills, spider bites a specialty, also master of voodoo. Oh yeah, the plot of this one is Penelope was bit by a spider and we need to cure her poison. But now we know that this guy is a master of voodoo. So now that we know he's a master of voodoo, we can look at our items here. We have clay. We can make a voodoo doll. And now we have a voodoo doll. And now we can take our needles and stab the doll. And it knocks him on the ground. I didn't even think this guy might be into voodoo because this is the Amazon. And voodoo isn't a thing in the Amazon. And then another crappy puzzle is, hey, look, a boulder. Look, boulder. It blocks the path. But, what's this? There's something behind the boulder. Behind the boulder, there's a crystal ball. They did the, hey, something's behind that 3 times. If only the game had ended not on the weakest game in the series. Or if the series hadn't ended with the weakest game. I don't know if we're ever going to get Nightmare 3D, the 4th Hugo game on GOG. Really think it's unlikely at this point. It's hard to get working on the Windows 3.1 version through DOSBox. Yeah, I don't see GOG really giving a crap about that game. It had like what, almost 300 recommendations. Maybe David Gray is working on it right now. I don't know what David Gray's doing anymore. Isudu, you seen this part? It's the old man of the cave. I didn't notice the first time. He winked at me. This old man is creepy. He released new jigsaw puzzles in March. Well, that's it for Hugo's Amazon adventure. You know what we're gonna get next time? Next time we're gonna get a better Amazon game. Flight of the Amazon Queen. The hint book has a big copyright by him. At least the hint book was written directly by him, so you know it has everything. And the music just stops. Well, no part of this book shall be translated, reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic, mechanical, photocopying, recording, or otherwise, without written permission from David P. Gray. No, the hint book was released in 2006, and this game was, let's see, what is the copyright? 89 to 97. Yeah, this is probably the last we're ever going to see of Hugo. Because the fourth game in the Hugo series is a Doom ripoff that doesn't seem to be available anywhere. But you gone. Yeah, they where is it? GOG Nightmare 3D. There is a wish list. There is actually a wish list for the game. Hold on, can I edit this? Wait. The game is on the community wish list on GOG. 249 people want it. I'm not logged in here, but I also added it to my wish list. Somewhere in here. Do you remember seeing something about it? Here. I emailed David Gray about this a couple years ago, and this is what he said. I did contact GOG and we discussed it along with the Hugo games, which they were more interested in, but it fizzled out as they were in the middle of a major reorganization at the time and didn't pursue it. So David Gray actually wants it out there, I guess. This was in May 2014. David Gray said he would put it out here. Actually, this is September 2014. He said he would put it out here, but kind of nobody wants it. Fire alarm going off? Are you gonna take the elevator? Or do you have to run down like 20 flights of stairs? Well, either way. FF7, always take the staircase. Literal, like, 20-minute run. Someone messaged him again in 2019. Is that also on that same wishlist page? Or is it on... you sent it to me. Oh, it's on the forum. Where is it on here? Here. 2019, I offered Nightmare 3D to GOG at the same time as Hugo, but they declined. They didn't say why, but there are issues porting it as it's full of 16-bit assembler code, which I never got around to. Which is why I never got around to it. This title is written like a clickbait article. I asked David P. Gray why Night 3D isn't here. Here's why. Brought to you in 10 slides with advertisements on each page. It was far too slow and methodical for an FPS. This is... What does this game look like? That's exactly Doom. Window is kind of a weird size, but this is basically exactly Doom. Wait, is that Hugo in the bottom left? Is this Hugo? I mean, this gun kind of looks like the gun that you picked up in the second game. But... Who's the dummy? Maybe this is okay as a Doom clone. It really looks wrong as a Hugo game. And it's likely we'll never get it anyway. And then other than that, he just made jigsaws. Well, he made it to be like a single man developer team. He made some games that were like all right. Maybe he didn't make any money off them because they were shareware, but they were all right. I'm not gonna go look at his puzzles. I don't think I need to see a jigsaw puzzle. No puzzles. Some other day a puzzle stream and try to do a jigsaw. For now, for next time, Flight of the Amazon Queen.